What a cracker of a day. G'day, it's good to see you. This week, you guys get to choose the name we're going to whack on the back of this boat. Welcome to part 4. Thanks for joining me. Well, that's a bit of bait. Oh, squid, I don't like squid. Drying in the sunshine. All hosed out inside. It's going to vacuum it all out once he's dry. Scrub up the bimini. She's clean as a whistle. No sinkers. Good. Nice touch, all the floors painted. It's good. Bit of protection. It's Australia Day here in downtown Melbourne. Happy Australia Day, guys. My preschool teacher taught me this. A couple of coats, she'll be beautiful. It's 38 degrees out there. We blow a dog off its chain. So we're inside here, just tinkering. I just wanted to say thank you so much for your support. I love the way you guys are just giving me help in this project. I'm glad you're on board, coming along for the ride. We're going to take this all the way. We're going to plonk her in the water, do a bit of fishing, see what happens. There's some wicked dings right here. There's been something inside that's been banging on it, probably when he's been travelling. I really did want to paint this boat, but I just don't have the place to do it. I don't have any room. Going to get overspray over everything. There's another ding right there. That needs a little bit of loving. So correct me if I'm wrong, but this foam here is in the floor of the boat just in case the boat takes on water, I think, to keep the boat afloat. If it's full of water, that foam will actually keep the boat afloat so that you can drag it onto the shore, or so she doesn't sink like a big lump of aluminium. So when I got the boat, the floor was just sitting there, and I presume if it takes on water, the floor will float out, the foam will float out, and you'd have to retrieve her from the bottom of the ocean. What a good look. We'll be screwing the floor in. All right, it is time for you guys to choose the name we're going to whack on the back of this boat. First up, Stace's mum, as in a bit of a play on words with Stacey's mum from a band called Fountain of Wayne. If you haven't seen the video, do yourself a favour, check it out. It is very good. Go and have a look at it. Thank me later. Number 2 is T2W, the second wife. Very, very clever, these names, and thank you all for sticking them in. T2W, that's number 2. Number 3 is Offshore Mistress, just because it kind of is that, isn't it? Your offshore mistress. Number 4 is Loan Denied, as in, that's all I could afford. They wouldn't give me any more money. That's brilliant, brilliantly done. And, very, very true to this boat, Money Pit. Very true to every boat. Most boats are money pits. So that is number 5. So there, all of your choices. It's up to you guys what goes on the back of this boat. Go for it. This is our anchor well. What I've been thinking, because this just looks horrible, I reckon we strip all that paint off and bring it back to raw aluminium, all in there, because it's only going to get further damage as we throw the anchor and the chain in and out of it. I also wanted to say thank you so much for your comments on the name. Very, very clever. A lot of them are brilliant. Yeah, but that wasn't meant to happen. 38 degrees today. I know, I'm jumping the gun again. Putting this floor in, it's not going to happen just yet because I need to get all this sanded around here. All this edge. I'm going to paint all around here. All this top edge right around. Getting a bit excited, just want to get that floor in, get it down, go fishing. This boat isn't that old, but Motor Boating Act of 1961. That's how you used to pay your registration. That was your registration plate. Of course, you had your number up the front. So you read your label, essentially. That used to come with a little orange tag every year. When you paid your rego, you get that in the mail and you rivet that on underneath that plate. And that was your rego paid. How many of you guys remember that? Now you're showing your age. I don't know whether you remember, but this section of the floor only came to here and then ran across there and across there. So that section of floor and then that section of floor was separated. There's nothing here hiding this bilge pump or this hose or the wiring. It's all just been thrown in. So what I need to do is cut the floor back here along there so that there's some support for the floor here and supported at the back there. So I need to just tidy up this area and give it a little bit of a paint. Getting high. Don't panic, those wires and that hose are all going to get tucked under there, back of the boat, pop up in that little shelf and jump out here. Whew, man, that paint is wicked. I am seriously loving doing this build, I tell you. Loving the help you guys are giving me. If you get a chance to do this, just do it. It is so much enjoyment. So much fun. Yeah, it costs you a couple of bucks, but at the end of the day, it is just awesome. Have a look at this. Oh, that is trashed. Because it's fixed in here, so it'd be an absolute nightmare to change it. So we'll give her a little bit of that. Hopefully that'll seal it up a little bit. Nice. For all of you people that got stuck into me about using treated pine in my aluminium boat, I've sourced this piece of rectangular aluminium in place of the treated pine. This is my plan. That is going to go in there like so. I'm going to get this flooring butt into there and I'll roll the carpet straight over the top. I plan to paint this inside extruded aluminium here. I'm going to keep this as it is because we've got the nice non-slip grey matting to go on here and up there. So I'm just going to scuff this back a bit. All these spots that is a bit crappy and oxidised, we'll just knock it back with sandpaper. Smooth it up a bit, mask her all up and spray it. Every time I walk out here, I look at that aluminium rail and it's looking grouse. I'm really, really loving it. I know you guys are too. Thanks heaps for watching. Please subscribe. No, I was going to be slack and mask around these, but anyway, better take them off. I'm going to give these real bad ones, a bit of primer, a couple of coats of primer. Just to seal them up. I will put primer on the entire section that I'm painting, but I reckon they just need a bit of a double coat when it's back to the bare aluminium. Every good tradie has one of these. The electrical box. Your wires, your plugs, your junk, your lights, second-hand lights, terminals. I'm going in. I'm not back in an hour. Call the cavalry. Here we go again. Oh, brother. Definitely need a few zip clips here. A few cable ties. I've got to hook up my little switch there, my USBs. So we've got our negatives that side, our positives on the left. Check this out. We've got a wire that comes out of here that has just been twisted around this wire, this positive wire. It just doesn't go anywhere, but it's just hanging in the breeze and it's actually stripped. Perfect. It's looking a bit better. A few zip clips and all the wiring up out of the way and tied up so it's not hanging down below the dash. Have a crack at that. Magnificent. I've seen a few boats with really nice LED lights up under here too. I reckon we might run with that. I've got a few of them under there. I think they're multicoloured too. Jesus, a bit of bling. Alright, so all we're doing is getting rid of that 240 volt adapter, that's all. Getting rid of that. Taking it down to 12 volts. There's our positive and negative. Going to plug that into there. That's our remote control for that. And the lights just plug into there. We can have, I think it's 300 colours. Why wouldn't you? I'm going to run those LED lights and the USB off this stern light, which is essentially that navigation light at the back. So our LED lights are now connected to the stern light. So when we get the stern light on, all this will be lit up inside as well. That is now also switched by that, so we can turn him off so it's not continually draining the battery, that little LED light in there. You do realise there are more pressing issues than LED lights under the boat. Yeah, bring on part 25. The light strip is in. See him hiding up there. I'm done too, bit of claret, bit of gravy. Man, I was out here till 10 o'clock last night doing those lights. I think they're going to look wicked. The last piece of the delivery puzzle has arrived. I'm tipping they are the Rego stickers. Before I whack the boat in the water, I will let you know exactly what it's cost me. I'm tipping I've spent around about $1,000 on this thing. So I reckon all in all it's going to cost me just under 8 grand, but it's going to be a ripper of a boat for that money. They are going to look sick. See what I mean about they're just not going to cover that the old lettering there. You know I'm going to try these lights. Yeah. Oh. There's some weight in that. Going to work out which one's which. Fire them up. Alright, we have light. We've got the remote, we'll turn him on. Then we'll just check out the disco. So we'll just choose our colour. We might go blue. Oh, very nice. What about green? Nice. Red? Ooh, shit, they might think we're a beacon. We'll just go blue, I reckon. That is cool as. I'd forgotten about all these things that we bought a little while ago, that arrived a few weeks ago. That is a seat pedestal. Quite a good solid thing made in China, as you do. So that is going to mount like that. So the floor is going to slip under here, level with that, or carpet straight across the top and drop down. And that's going to bolt about there somewhere, so it's, I think it should be a good posse for the old captain, the old skipper. Oh, fuck. Nearly fell off. I need to mount the seats onto these pedestals and then position the whole seats, both seats together, swivel them round so they miss everything and there's a decent gap in the middle so that I can get in and out. Ah, remember these? That's cool, they give you the bolts and washers. Dumbass, you know what I forgot? The swivels. That's handy, they give you free swivels and no bolts to connect them. It's getting pretty exciting when you start playing with seats, eh? Loving it. That's pretty comfy. I can see myself going arse over in here. Just swinging and pivoting. So the whole idea, we need to swivel around without whacking the other seat with your knees. So we need to get that sorted. Get the other seat sitting there. Have a crack at that. Shut the front door. That is what I'm talking about. So after hours and hours of fluffing around with that aluminium bar, I'm thinking that the seats are actually going to be better where they were originally. Slip down in front of that and the floor will come here and just stop layer level. I'm thinking that they're going to work way better there. We are now up to wiping down all these edges with some prep sol so we can get some primer on them. Okay, we're all wiped down, ready for a bit of masking tape. Bit of mask, bit of paper, protect us from overspray. Bought really cheap masking tape too. Not good. We are all masked up. Time for some paper. We are all masked up where I want to paint, as you can see around there. I'm just going to hold a board up under here when I paint this. Oh, look at that. Beauty. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share. I read each and every one of your comments and I try and reply to as many as I can. We are ready for a coat of primer. I can't help myself, I just got to go for it. She's had a light coat of primer, 2 coats of primer, and I reckon that's come up really well. I'm going to let that dry and hit it with a couple of coats of our top coat. Doesn't matter what I'm painting, where I'm painting, I always paint myself. Given that leading edge here, a little bit of top coat, just to hide that gap. I might even run over that with a sealer later. tricky part. Getting out without touching the paint. First coat done. The top coat. Bloody Aussie, look. Typical, isn't it? Swine. It's the day after the night before. The bloody Mozzie's still there. I think he might have cacked it by now. Time to start stripping her down. Looking lovely. Gotta do something with that dash, man. That's really ugly. This dude is still kicking. He's stuck to the paint. Like, go. I'm going to let him go, look. Well, it's time for the Rego stickers. I'm spewing we can't cover that old Rego, but it's just not going to work. Same the other side. It does look black, doesn't it? Since painting all this internal section of the boat, it has made those holes that I haven't filled stand out like you wouldn't believe. Oh, all trimmed up and looking good. The theory on these holes, because they stand out like dog balls now that it's painted, I'm just going to put a screw in them with a bit of backing behind it. There's our screws all painted up. Locate your hole and make your screwing. I mean, you got to admit, they look a whole lot better with screws in them than just dirty big black holes. You can see all this black is just starting to, the powder coat is starting to fade a bit and come off. Seriously can't believe how much this oxidisation eats into the aluminium. It's incredible. I've actually got a little touch-up type pen thing that we're just going to touch up these little spots here to make them all look black again. You're watching. Now you see it. No, you don't. That's looking better. All black. I'm a little bit scared of what I'm going to do after this. But I think I'm buying another boat. I think I'm going to keep this one, buy another one. I don't know. See what happens. Unfortunately, that's all I have for you this time. But I thank you so much for joining me on part 4. There's been a little bit happening behind the scenes here that is going to be on part 5, which is coming up next Sunday. Oh, don't forget to vote for your favourite name. I know my favourite. Whatever happens, the one you choose will be going on the back of the boat. Thanks heaps for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on number 5.